on air. I don't know if it's even going to work. Saying that I'm on air, everything is looking good. Where is my actual video at? I have to find my channel and actually see. Oh, I actually am live. Look at that. Well, the biggest thing was to see, hey, Shalom Colton. Hope all is well. This is just a live test. Trying and doing Shalom. I am here hoping that the audio sounds good. I have one of my microphones on and planning on testing for the pelt tomorrow night. I recorded a whole video and everything for my YouTube channel. I usually don't do live streams or anything. It's not really my thing, but I haven't been on here for a while and I'm practicing some stuff. I wasn't sure if people were going to be around. As you can see, camp lights, campers, and all that stuff. And it's dark out here already. I only have one light on. And oh, thank you, Farmer Truth and Judy Prepper. Uh, as usual, like when we did the Bear and Friends live stream, we would have multiple cameras and stuff like this. And the biggest question that it was going to be from here is if the Starlink would be good enough to actually handle a live stream. Like the multi-camera and stuff really isn't a big problem or an issue, but the Starlink is. So I have 100 and something. No, it's 100-foot extension cord that's going to the van, which the my Starlink is on, and then I have my whole full setup and everything over here, and that is what the setup is going to be. But as usual, TJ, he'll completely scrap everything and then decide that he just wants to connect to his cell phone and talk to whoever is on his Patreon and give uh, a good connection with how he does on Pelt. Yeah, Farmer Truth. It is a very interesting setup. I could actually grab one of the cameras and actually let's do that. I can get this. It's all tightened down, but I can grab this one. So right here, I have my iPad. I had a little bit of an issue. I had to connect to my computer at home because usually I have my computer with me at with the whole live stream setup, but I didn't break that down because I was editing and putting together videos for Grindstone. So I needed to leave my computer home so videos and stuff could upload. And I had to remote desktop in so I could get the stream key so I could connect using this software, which is Mix Effect, and my ATEM Mini, which is right here. That's what's actually connected to the internet through this little router right here, which is connected to my Starlink that's on top of the van over there. But the multi-camera setup, that's the new screen, which I'm not even sure if I did a video on. That's so I could see everything. And that's the Hollyland M2S microphone receiver that's on top of there. Got one light on me and another camera over there. And those crappy lights up there that are attracting all the bugs, all Z bugs. So that's the setup. The The bit rate is going really good, which I'm extremely happy about. It's actually 26 people in here. I wasn't expecting that. Maybe I should have invited somebody over. Uh, oh yeah, I did do a short video on a new screen. It was just really just installing it in the case, and it's been riding really good, bouncing around in a van, not falling out, which I'm happy about. Initially, my brother Dr, which is actually here for Sukkot, he he initially helped me get the case in here. I mean, the smaller monitor in here. Then I budgeted to get the bigger case. I mean, the bigger monitor to fit in this case so I can actually see everything. Um, I don't know who all here is actually celebrating Sukkot now or actually celebrates the feast. That's a pretty good question for anyone in here. Yeah, remember that. I guess I need to do that on my videos. I never say, "Oh, hit the like and subscribe" uh, on any of my videos. Yeah, I figure if you like what I'm doing, you'll like it. If you want to share it, you'll share it. And if it was worth it to you, you actually stick around and actually enjoy it. Oh, you started today. So that means that you looked at the moon and said that it was this, and then your atonement started then, and then you decided your Sukkot was going to be here. First time celebrating this year. Yes, it is a beautiful thing, especially when you're able to celebrate Sukkot with your actual camp and tribe. There are so many people here. There's so many kids and teenagers and everything playing over there, running around. I'm not sure. Well, my wife and the chunk decided to come over here and say prayers because I had the van over here and I had this whole setup going. And they went to the tent to for her to put him to sleep, but I'm not sure if he's still up running around and playing. I'm partially following. I'm solo on my feast. Ah, understandable. Well, you need to find people stitching peace. That that will bring you ultimate peace. You'll be completely stitched together. Van camping is my life alone, but I never really alone with the praises for my father. Very true. Have you ever seen any of my van life videos with my Ram ProMaster? I actually recorded some today for a new antenna install. I think tomorrow I have to, it's a year later, my Sumo Springs. How did those do? Well, one of them in the full speed drive up to Tulsa, my brother Jody was like, "Hey, one of your Sumo Springs popped off and went flying when we were hauling tail up north once the chunk got airlifted for the snake bite." I didn't want to tell you and make it a concern to you because the biggest concern was getting up there for the chunk. And but yeah, that one of those yellow things flew out. Turns out those were fake ones that I got off of Amazon almost a year ago. Well, yeah, almost a year ago, the company, the Sumo Spring company, reached out like, "Hey, love your video. Those aren't our springs. We're sorry that you got screwed on Amazon, but we'll send you out some of ours, make a video about it, and let everybody know." And as time went on, I got the grindstone truck, I parked the van, and then when I started driving the van again and all the wires were all chewed up, it's like, oh, I still never got around to putting those Sumo Springs in. But the box is in the van right now, and tomorrow, sometime during the daylight, I'm gonna get under the van, lift that thing up, and put the new ones on. Let's see. We have no community, so I'm envious. Well, don't be envious. Still strive to strengthen yourself in the word, and then community will follow over time. Be very, not boastful, but announce your intentions in the world. And you never know, there might be so many people, unless you live in the above the northern 40 up in Alaska or in Canada. It might be a little bit difficult, but just about everywhere you go, there are people that are curious or Torah curious, that are looking for people, or might be a little bit sketchy because they see how things are going on in the world, and it can be like really confusing to see if those people are their people, and if their people are my people, and will this actually work? How's he doing after the bite? The chunk. Uh, After I think the second or third, what is that? Second or third anti venom, the chunk was bouncing. Well, he would be bouncing all around the room, and then just be so exhausted from the medical treatments, them taking blood and all of this stuff. So he would get tired out quick. But as soon as he woke up from a nap or something like that, he was completely full of energy and decided that he wanted to run around. But he had a catheter in his arm, and what is it? The other monitors and stuff all over him, so he couldn't go too far, but he still wanted to run around and play. So I think the day that he was getting discharged from the hospital, he was losing his mind because he couldn't he couldn't help but run around, and uh, he was going on the entire floor of the hospital. We would go for walks, and there were a few different carts and wagons that he would go around. There was like a mushroom and flower play area down outside, that every hour he would want to go on a walk to go see that stuff. So he was good. Right after, he had no adverse effects. Even in our follow-up doctor's visit, he had no adverse issues to the snake bite, to the anti venom, any medications that he had. There was no issues. Uh, what else do we have? Oh, you actually do live on the northern border. Well, that might be an issue. You could reach out to people for what is it, 119 Ministries. You could look at different groups on certain social media sites, and then when you actually do meet people, oh, another one you could do is go to prepper events. Prepper events, the very few people that are bold enough and not shy, that'll actually go out into the world. They will show their intention and what it is that what they want out of life. And usually they have a deep conviction in their faith and want to find like-minded people, and you never know who they are. They might have a bunker really close to your house, and they're looking for people too. So there are ways to find people. You may just never know who they are, because you've never announced your intentions to them, and they have never announced their intentions to you. I love your wife and precious chunk. Thank you, trying and doing. Be the light, and you will attract other lights so you can shine brighter together. I haven't exactly put that into practice well, but I think it's true. Indeed, it is. Just a regular mom, be patient. There are people out there. Yes, we're in the process of a slow move out of the Northeast Communist bloc, but it's happening. Y'all willing? Oh, yes, indeed. Well, I did a hard 40 years in the Communist Republic of New Jersey, and I made it out to this freedom in the middle of the country, enjoying life, where there are very few rules that you got to adhere to, and you get to live free, not worry about much, especially if you have a good gate policy. Seeing your face, I could see that the chunk was in better condition than mom and dad. Oh, that is very true. We're we all were praying even without knowing what happened. We love you and your family. Thank you so very much. I'm not sure if my wife is going to be bold enough to, or if she even got the alert for this live stream. She knew that I was doing it. I don't know, but like I said, she was trying to put the chunk to sleep so that he's not fussy all night. He every noise that he's hearing right now, like some of the kids are playing volleyball, and that's fairly close to our tent. So every shadow that moves when they got to go chase a ball, or if they have to, if they're loud, they probably have music on, but I have headphones on and I can't hear it. New Jersey, America's armpit. Very true. And what is it? Super fund sites, not super fun sites, super fund sites. Those are all over New Jersey because of all the toxic dumping and waste and all of that stuff. It's just about the entire state needs to get cleaned up. What was that? 3-day RV, Mr. Dudley. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. There are plenty of RVs here for those that traveled a pretty long distance to come for Sukkot, and uh, they are having a good time. Everybody's having a good time. We had for the first day of Sukkot. I don't know if TJ posted about it because I've been off of social media, which I have a ton of stuff to post. Even my wife has been posting more than me. But there's the first day, all of Tribe came to visit. TJ roasted a sheep, and we just fellowshiped. This is some of those appointed times where you get together with your homies that you don't get to see, that they're always on the grind, they're always working, they live hundreds if not thousands of miles away, and this is that time, that fall feast to get together. So that has been awesome and amazing. What is that? Daniel said, "Oh yeah, I haven't said that. I've had good people. Oh, I guess you know people, good people from up there in New Jersey. Yes, there are plenty of people that I care about that I left behind, but my future was very dim in New Jersey. I didn't see any way out. Like we, um, the last year that we were there, it coincided with the time of the house that we were renting right across the street from my grandmother's house, which is paid off. And the homeowners that we were renting from, because we moved back in the area so that I could be closer with my grandmother, help her out with things. And like I'm really into the whole family thing, spending time with each other, and uh, what is that? Like just family events. Like I'm really love spending time with family, and that's why we moved back over there to help out. Like even when I moved in I think 2010 to my grandmother's house, and then eventually moved away when my wife and I got engaged, and she's sending me Instagram links. So of course she doesn't know that I'm actually on a live stream. But in 2010, moved back in the fairly beginning of my fight career so that I could spend time with my grandmother in her failing health and train to fight. So that was my day to day. When I was working, I worked, went, took care of her, then went to go train and rinse and repeat. Then when I got engaged, my grandmother was very old school about it and said that, well, y'all can't move in here together until you're married. Like there's no shacking up in my house. And I was like, oh, okay. So we lived at our lawyer's house for a little bit. Then the house across the road became available. So we moved there. So because it was very important to me to stay close and like just keep that whole family network. And then eventually she passed. She passed before we actually got married. My grandmother passed in forgot what year in 2016, but my wife is still sending me Instagram videos. Uh, and then in 2017, we actually got married, and was trying to figure out in New Jersey, how do we do this? Do we rent for the rest of our lives, or do we look towards the middle of the country? I was actually had my eyes on Kansas. There are plenty of different states where they still have a homesteading act, and I was like, oh, well, maybe we'll go to one of those states. My wife made me promise that Alaska wasn't going to be one of them, but I looked at a few places in Kansas. They give you the land for free, and within 2 years, you have to build a house or some type of structure on there, just so you aren't grabbing up deeds and running off with it, hoping that you could flip it in the future. And uh, paying $16,000 per year for your property taxes for a quarter of an acre of land where the houses touch. There aren't even alleyways in the middle, in between the houses. $16,000 a year, and it's still going up. And there's still crime ridden, and vehicles getting broken into all the time. It just wasn't worth it. So we had to figure out a way out. So in, I believe, early 2020, I said, hey babe, maybe we'll do this van life thing, and we'll get rid of the house and figure all of this stuff out eventually to move into the middle of the country. And she was like, I don't know about all that. Well, I've been praying on it. I think that's what we're going to do. And then everything just steamrolled. We ended up a little bit further south than Kansas, and ended up out here in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. And it's been a blissful joy ever since. Let's see, what have I missed? In the chat, Miss Lovely put up a pic of her in her wedding dress. Awesome, teared up a bit. Yes, my brother TV, when we moved out here, I convinced my company to leave some space on the semi truck uh, for me to move out here. That was my condition of staying on for three or 4 weeks extra after I gave them my 2 week notice. I said, well, if you're going to have me do that, I need you to shorten your load, lose money so that I can move all of my stuff out here. And some of the stuff we left behind was her wedding dress and a few other things. And my brother TV, Tom Velasquez, he brought the wedding dress out and a whole bunch of other stuff that we had stored back at my grandmother's house, which is my uncle, my aunt. Well, my my uncle lives there. My aunt has her own house, but um, he went to go get all that stuff, and she was just enjoy, like full of joy. One, that the dress still fit, and two, that she got her wedding dress back. Let's see. Uh, Francesco Magasano. Ah. Good evening. Hope your Sukkot is going groovy. Indeed, it is. It took me a little while to actually settle in. Day one, it was a whole bunch of people. Day two, it was figuring out the groove. Day three, it was um, actually slowing down and relaxing. That was a part that really took it always takes some time. It takes time to relax and wind down and just be at peace. Turn off all the noise in your head. That took a little bit. What else do we got? Um, Probably partially because of the climate, I would imagine. Yes, the North has it much more. Maybe I missed something, and it's not even a lot of you in here where the chat can be flying through. Let's see, Grandma Ginger's farm. Uh, Jag Sukkot Shmiak. I can never pronounce that when I'm reading it. When I just say it, I can say it, but I can't. I can never read it. I've even been on Duolingo practicing Hebrew for a couple of years, and that didn't even do the job. Miss Whoopi, shalom. Hopefully, Mr. Whoopi is back on his feet dancing up a storm. Oh, I'm wondering if any of y'all have any questions for me. I don't even know how long. Oh, been on here for 28 minutes and 17 seconds. If you if you have any questions for me, this was just supposed to be a test to see if everything was going to work out here. I had to finagle, well, actually, not even finagle a couple of things. The biggest thing was remote desktoping into my computer and then emailing from my computer at home to me here to get a stream key, and that was the hardest thing. And as I'm watching now, the cat going up, but will Ash, no real, well, it's clouds, but that's about it. I'm not sure why the cache is going up, and now it's full. And usually when it's full, that's when it starts buffering for everybody, and that all the way sucks. Maybe I need to turn the bit rate down and hopefully that'll take care of it. It has glitched just a few times, but it's mostly been good. Oh, Whoopi's out shooting. We don't have. I guess because of that, we're going to have to end it. Not sure what happened with the Starlink, but I'm going to have to change the streaming down lower so that it will I'm hoping that it will not cause or do this or fail tomorrow. That's why I was doing this test now. Thank y'all all for watching. I got some more things to play around with, and y'all have a blessed one. Shalom.